Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome back to another episode of Stonehearth. It is Tuesday. Hopefully you guys are having a nice week so far. Got through Monday just fine, so hopefully Tuesday is no worse. And we just get through this stupid week as quickly as possible. Not for me though, I have PTO through to Wednesday, so I'm kind of trying to take it slow and enjoy myself, relax as much as possible, so hopefully I'm having a good time today. Probably going to be an SF. Hoping, I think I talked about it already, I'm hoping to purchase some knives from Japantown. Cooking knives. I have heard very good things about their knives from my friends. Pick up some knives and a whetstone to sharpen them and other knives with, and see how I like them for cooking. Because most of the knives I have are, none of them are really new. Like one that's new is from IKEA, and then I have one like pretty solid knife, but it's very big, and everything else is more or less hand-me-downs from my parents, which are fine. They're serviceable, but they're not great. And usually when people have come over to my place and cooked, they've complained about the quality of the knives. So I'd like to get some nicer ones just to, you know, kind of fill it out. Kitchen stuff is awesome to me. Like, that's one of the things outside of computers and video games that I'd want to spend money on. I enjoy it quite a bit. Whether it's knives, I could use, you know what, I might actually buy a new cutting board too. I could use a couple new ones. Because the ones I have are plastic, and the problem with plastic is it warps really easily. So if I could get like a nice, easy to clean wooden cutting board, that would honestly be pretty ideal. So if I can find one in Japantown tomorrow and I remember to get it, I'll probably go for that. I don't know if there's any other... Again, I talked about this already, but I don't know if there's any other... We're just going to pull everyone in. I'm not really happy about this. People are getting knocked out. Yeah, okay, made it. That guy... It looks like everyone's made it back okay. I don't know where my military is. Oh, they're up here. Weird. Kill the healers. There we go. The other one's right here, I believe. Take them out, and then we should be fine. Where are healers? Oh, they're stuck. Oh, that's not good. Looks like we're surviving, but this guy might get knocked. Yeah, he's gonna get knocked down. Okay, he's getting healed now. So that... Okay, good. That worked out. I'd like you guys to go heal the villagers too, though, because there's more of them that need healing. I'd prefer they not get a mood penalty. Actually, I read a... I don't know when it happened, I didn't look at the date, but there was a new stable patch at some point to Steam, like 707. Yeah, release 707. And it's had like a new trait or something, so I should take a look at that. I haven't really paid that much attention to traits. I don't know if I need to. In fact, I'm relatively confident that I do not need to. I am aware that I have not taken off the town alert. I'm doing that because I would like the clerics to go heal those guys, which they have now done. Okay, let's take a look here. Character sheet. No traits. Might have to be a new person, so... Or it might be earned as a result of levels, which everyone was pretty much maxed out when the new patches hit, so... Someone's gotta have one. I'm gonna be kind of disappointed if I go through the whole list and no one's got any. Then I'd probably have to start a new save. That is likely the situation. Oh, no, no, no. Here we go. Right here. Part of a crafter. You have ridiculous fucking stats, my friend. And carnivore. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but... Okay. But you're making that choice. I'm not gonna say only plants are available, unless this is maybe SD raw. Okay, yeah, actually, I think that might have been forced. Crafter though, that's kind of cool. All right, what do we got here? Glutton. That's fine. I don't mind them eating more. And then callus. That's cool. Kind of makes sense that there's a rock for that. I'm guessing it's got to be the new people, right? Yeah, considering there's only 2, it's got to be people that you've picked up after. So they spawn with traits, but they don't accrue traits over time. Nope. Getting pretty close though. So if we're able to finish this, we might get a new person. Let's see. Actually, I made, Karen wanted it, so that's what we made. And I don't blame her because it's delicious, but we made fettuccine alfredo. I can absolutely make an alfredo sauce from scratch, so don't take this as me not knowing what I'm doing with cooking, because I actually do know what I'm doing with cooking. You make a roux and then you use cream and everything to make the sauce. But what I do a lot of the time, because it actually tastes really good, is if you get a couple cans of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and then put in like a cup of liquid, and that that was a mistake. In college, what I would do is I'd do one half cup. I should have just said a half cup of half and half, which is like heavy cream, and then like a half cup of water. Mix it in with the 2 cans of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, and then I would, let's deal with this real quick. Kill this asshole. And then after that, I would stir in pretty much whatever. You could just have it like that, and you make a sauce out of it. You cook it and reduce it, which, if you don't know what reduce means, reduce is basically you don't boil it, but you like get it hot so that it's steaming a bit, and that kind of gets water out of it. And as a result, it reduces the whatever it is, and a lot of the time it'll be for gravy. And the impact of that is it makes it thicker, because you're getting rid of some of the liquid, you're making it more solid. You obviously don't want it to be solid, but it's more thick as a result. So it's a very important thing to do when you're making a sauce. But the other thing about heating it up is I usually mix in Parmesan. So this time I just had like way too much Parmesan. And I highly, highly recommend you do not get the pre-shredded stuff. Grate it yourself. And I know that can be a pain in the ass, and you need a cheese grater, not one of the ones that... You need one of the ones where you like put it inside a thing and then turn it, not one of the ones where you rub the cheese yourself. Those are terrible. Or an electric one is great too. I kind of want to get an electric one because Parmesan is amazing and I'd love to eat more of it. But... I just put a ton of Parmesan in it, and then like a cup of like 2% milk, because I'm fat and I'm trying to not be fat. And it was amazing. You get some fettuccine, and then we got there's this butcher shop, German butcher shop, not really nearby, but close enough that we can go there. It's over by where my parents live, and it's fan-fucking-tastic, and they have amazing sausage. So we got 2 French wine sausages, which mostly was just, I wanted to eat those, so I just ate them on their own. They're fantastic. And then there was like cheddar broccoli chicken sausage, which was not that great. I don't think cheddar really works for what we were having. Or just on its own. I think it's okay, but it's not as good as the other one. And the other ones were chicken spinach feta cheese or something like that, and then portobello chicken feta cheese or something like that. And those 2 were amazing. And I look forward to having the rest of them. And they go really, especially the spinach one, go amazingly well with the fettuccine alfredo. And just finished it off with a little broccoli on top. This is just a really good dinner. And then I've got one of my favorite kinds of bread, which I kind of want to learn how to make. Because I always want to do baking, but I never feel like I have time or energy. Because it is kind of a lot of work. But it's 3 cheese semolina. And I know it's not pronounced that way, but I kind of don't care. And that's fantastic, just with some margarine or butter on it. You know, throw it in the toaster, get it nice and hot, and then melt some butter over it. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing snack or breakfast. But what I really want to do is I picked up some brie. And I would very much like to eat that right now, but I'm still full from the amazing dinner, so I don't have room. So I'm in that kind of mode currently where there's so many things that I have that I want to put in my mouth right now because they're delicious. And I do not have the space in my stomach to eat them. But I still want them. So I'll enjoy the next few days, and we're also, like I said, going to Japantown, so there'll probably be some amazing food up there that I'll get to enjoy. Oh, and I have, this is something that, it's not the greatest meal. I mean, I enjoy it a great deal, but it's not, like, it's not as delicious as what I just talked about. But, the Japanese grocery store near where I live has this like ramen. I've talked about it before. That's like actually fresh. You pick it up. It's got a liquid flavor packet. It's like, imagine if Top Ramen was not terrible. That's basically what it is. So I've got that. And what I like to do now is I started getting tofu because the ramen on its own isn't really filling. It really needs something else to go with it, so I picked up tofu for that purpose, and that's been great. And then I have also, more normal for me, is I picked up some eggs. I really enjoy hard-boiled eggs and ramen. It winds up, it's kind of boring because all that stuff is basically just kind of like tan, but it's still delicious. It's a nice warm meal, though it's summer, so it's not really the right time for a warm meal, but still, just the same, it's good. It still gets kind of cold at night. It's not summer proper just yet, so it's very enjoyable to have that. I'm enjoying, honestly, I've been getting pretty damn good food lately. And of course, I've talked about this sushi most days that I have lunch, just some nice salmon avocado stuff. It's quite good. Ooh, you need to get picked up. Oops. Alright, well, he'll be disappointed. But to be fair, we were attacking some monsters, and then we got attacked by whatever the hell they are. Goblins, orcs, I don't even know. It's kind of ambiguous. Sometimes they're ogres, sometimes they're orcs, sometimes they're goblins. Not really clear. At any rate, they're dead now, so... Is this lootable? Yeah, okay. We picked that guy. Yeah, okay, good. Just making sure. I don't trust... Actually, can we go heal him? Or is that not... No, we can't do it yet. I think once it goes to red, you can go heal him, but if it's blue, you just have to wait. So at least he's healing. That's a good sign. Or a good... I mean, it's not really a sign. It's just... It's good. Full stop. Probably still not going to get a new person today. Just because this isn't... they aren't really making... I don't know, they're making actually more progress than I thought they were, but they kind of slowed down a bit, so... I don't know. Yeah, they're maybe... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. It looks like they might be getting there, so maybe we'll get a person in the morning here. That'd be nice. Check out, see what new traits they've got, if they're different from the current ones that we have in our town. Surely they will be. What do you got for me? Substantial amount of money, and I don't think there's all that much that I'm interested in selling. Yeah, not really. We've got what we've got. I'll sell some thread, that'll be it, and then some cloth. Yeah, that'll do. I think we'll just sell a little bit more thread, and then go to our weaver and get them working again, because they really should be. Make 50, and then 50. Okay. Oh, so close. It's 900, no, 814 more points of net worth. If only I'd sold food. Alright, everyone bail, because we've been getting fucked up pretty bad by these jokers. Okay, whatever. It looks like this is a healer wave, but I don't see the healers, so I'm just gonna let them... Oh, they're there. Where'd they go? Right here. Kill that guy. There's another one right here. Why are you guys taking so long to kill this asshole? Jeez. It seemed like they kill the actual melee guys a little bit faster. Anyway, this is going to continue on for a minute, but the fight's basically over. Once you kill the healers, they're kind of boned. Not much they can do to fight back, thankfully. Which is how I like it. I like my fights lopsided in my favor. Never really understood the thrill of the fight. I would like to have guaranteed wins forever. Life has already been interesting enough. I'd like to just succeed now, please. But, you know, that's how life works. You can't just have success. You gotta earn it. Even in a video game. Well, not necessarily. Usually you have to earn it in a video game. There's always cheat codes. And technically I could cheat in this one. I think there's probably console commands that would do it for me, but that's boring. Though I've been tempted at times to you know, just stop invasions because they're annoying as hell. They feel like they're too often. They're too often and like kind of trivial, I guess, is the best way to put it. Okay, what's 200 divided by 5? 5 times 20 is 100, so that's 40. I did that math correctly, yes. So... yeah, I mean, I guess let's just make 40, right? Why not just do it? And chef. We should have had the chef doing stuff. But the problem is we can't really make... oh, here we go. Alright, that's what I want. The thing is, we don't have meat. So... it's not like... It would be better if it was like this. It's not like Life is Feudal where you reach the max number of animals in a spot and then they start killing them off periodically. Which would be significantly better. Instead, they just kind of go. It's not the best. It's like, alright, you have chickens now. Until you tell us to kill them, we're not going to do anything. It doesn't really work out too great. You really want it to automatically kind of cull them periodically. It's okay though, the game's in development. I'm sure it'll figure it out. Speaking of games in development, I actually just noticed when I was, you know, if you do this kind of thing, not necessarily for a living, but if you make Let's Play videos, you're generally, I think if you're doing it right, you're always on the lookout for new titles on Steam, which is rough because you're digging through basically miles and miles of shit. And most of the games that get released on Steam are terrible, so it's tough to find the good stuff. But the good stuff is in there, and if you look hard enough for it, you'll find it. And I think I don't know if it's amazing, but I think I found a game that I will enjoy, potentially, if it plays the way I think it does. If it's an arcadey shooter, like arcadey flight sim like I think it is, I will enjoy it. And I might even actually try to get my dad to play it. And I've been talking to him recently about gaming, just because he's respecting it more now that I'm sort of doing it as a profession and doing commentary and stuff. I never in a million years will I share this channel with him, but I talk about it a little bit because it is interesting, and from a marketing perspective it's actually relevant from him because he's a writer. Not completely professionally, he's actually a salesman by trade, but he does writing on the side. And some of his books are pretty freaking cool, and I actually edit most of them, so... one really good one was actually, I'm not going to share the actual ones since like real names are in there and everything, which I don't necessarily mind sharing, but I don't think I'm at that point yet. One was our grandmother's, or my great-grandmother's, his grandmother's, ooh, we got a newbie. Let's check out their stats. His grandmother's, my great-grandmother's memoirs. And that was really, really cool to kind of look back and see what life was like. I think it was like a little bit before, might have been around the time of World War One. Possibly even before then, late 1800s. I think it spanned a pretty substantial amount of time. But I think it was like around 1910, very roughly, I think. I should actually go back and look. And it may not actually have dates in it. I mean, it has a few dates that it references, I'm sure, and events that it references. But it's largely unedited. It's just her words translated from French by my dad. I think he was the one to do the translation. Which, of course, as I said, I edited mostly. Probably had another editor as well just to check, since being in the family, I don't know. Sometimes it's good to get a professional, even though my skills with written English are pretty damn solid. But this is really cool to read. And I kind of want to go see what the actual... Okay, you just have callus. Alright, maybe you'll earn another one. Oh, shit. That's bad. I need you guys to run back. This is actually really bad. Shit. Please, 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 please. Okay, I think enough of them are coming that it's fine. Here we go. Alright, yep. We should be okay now. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish this fight, and I think that'll be the end of the episode. But yeah, it's kind of cool to talk to him, and he's into flight sims, and this one happens to be kind of flight simmy, but I don't know if he's into the combat. He might have just been more into like the flying into airports that he's been to, because he does a lot of business travel, so I don't know, maybe travel's kind of like a thing for him. I told him about, yeah, like Euro Truck Simulator and that kind of thing, because there's a Californian one now, so he'd recognize a lot of the areas and everything, and that'd be cool, but I don't know if that may not really be his thing. He seemed kind of surprised that that was a thing. I also told him there's like a forklift simulator, which I think he found hilarious as well. It's hard to tell sometimes, but I'll ask him. It's interesting stuff. I don't know. As an outsider, gaming is bizarre sometimes, so it'd be kind of fun to get his reaction to things. But at any rate, that will do it for today's episode. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you join me for the next one as well. Take care.